Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over my fire starter build, which revolves around this holster, the Imperial Dynasty. Dragon's Glare, which is the talent on this holster. While in combat, applies burn to the enemy closest to you within 20 meters. 20 meters is a very big distance, right? Cooldown 40 seconds. And that burn, which also would activate another talent on my backpack, which is Creeping Death. When you apply a status effect, it is also applied to all enemies within 5 meters of your target. So that means, say you shoot your chem launcher, right? Here, I'll go to the shooting range, we'll test her out. So that means if you shoot your chem launcher like that. Oof. Say that's an enemy there, right there that lit up by my holster, right? And there's one 5 meters over here. That burn gets applied to him as well. And the reason that I run the turret with that is because, say in PvP I'm jumping around, we're all jumping around, the turret is going to be shooting at the guy. I can shoot my chem launcher at the enemy and it ignites it. Same thing with PvE. If there's a group of enemies, either I shoot it at them and them shooting at me ignites it, or my turret ignites it. That's why I run the turret. I've seen people run the hive and the drone and stuff like that. But let's get back into the build, right? So my gun, I'm running Pyromaniac, which the rolls on the attributes aren't too great, which I need to look for a better one. But the reason I am running this gun is for the talent, Perfectly Ignited. Deals 25% weapon damage to burning enemies. So that means if I light somebody on fire, Creeping Death activates, right? Any of those burning enemies that I'm shooting, 25% more damage to them. And that's very good for a skill build. Alright, my secondary, right, is the Send-Off. Not the great rolls on it, but I'm only using it for the talent, which is Perfectly Rooted. While equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 30% for 15 seconds. Which, the chem launcher, the burn itself, right, is skill damage. The burn itself is the burn is a status effect, but it does skill damage. That's why this here, the extra 30% for 15 seconds, is a huge boost to damage, right? Pop into cover, pop up, throw my turret, shoot the chem launcher, ignites it, increases damage by 30%. As they're burning, I'm shooting them, which is Pyromaniac, doing 25% more damage out of my weapon because of that. Alright, so let's go over the mask. I have a red mod slot in here, which I threw critical hit damage in, just for more critical hit damage, which I am running 2 pieces of Hana U, which I want for the skill haste and the skill damage, for the more damage of the burn, right? But I mean, I guess if you wanted to run a 3-piece, you could get 5% more weapon damage, would add on top of the Perfectly Ignited, so that would make that 30% weapon damage from the gun, right? So I'm running status effect skill damage because it's a status effect and it does skill damage. So that's my mask. My chest piece. Now this is what, I mean, some people don't like. I mean, they'll run other stuff, but I like the golem gear chest. And the reason I run that, I mean, I guess you could run your 3rd piece of Hana U if you wanted to here, but I run this golem gear because the 1-piece golem gear is 10% status effects, and since the burn is a status effect, 10% towards that, right? And the core attribute is a little bit armor, makes me a little bit tankier in the DZ or in PvE. And my attributes are skill damage, max 10%, skill haste, and then I have a 10.3 skill haste mod into it. And my talent which, I mean, you can run. There's a few other talents that I guess you could run, but I prefer. I was going to show you those, but I'll just show you my talent. Is Overwatch. After staying in cover for 10 seconds, increases you and your allies' total weapon damage and skill damage by 12%. So, right? So your weapon damage. Alright, imagine an enemy's on fire, right? That's 25% weapon damage. Plus, if you had Hannah U 3-piece, if you wanted to use that, that's 30. And then Overwatch kicks in, that's 42% weapon damage, right? That's huge. Which, I mean, I might try later on down the road with a 3rd-piece Hannah U and see how it works. As long as you stay in the cover and cover-to-cover move. Alright, so the Imperial holster, which this build relies on, I showed you that earlier. My backpack. I'm using a Wyvern backpack, which has skill haste, skill damage, and then more skill haste as a mod. And I'm running, of course, 2-piece Hannah U, 2-piece Wyvern, Imperial holster, and the Golden Gear chest piece. My second piece of Hannah U is my gloves. Skill damage, status effects. Simple. Second piece of Wyvern. Knee pads. Status effect, skill damage. Neck and neck, right? And, I mean, this works so well. But also, before I got the Wyvern with the Creeping Death, right? I was using, I mean, you can flip-flop it if you want. Try it out, right? If you want, which is called Wicked. So that would be status effect skill haste, which relies solely on your build. I mean, not solely on your build. The backpack buffs the build because it's skill haste status effects because you want those back or whatnot. Or you can even do skill damage if you want more skill damage instead of skill haste status effect. But Wicked, apply a status effect, increase your total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Alright, so let's do the math here. Pyromaniac, on a burning enemy, 25%, right? If you run the 3-piece Hannah U, that's 30. Plus 12%, that's 42, right? And then you run Wicked, which is 18. 42 plus 18, 60% weapon damage. If you, of course, get all those going at the same time. That's 60% weapon damage on a burning enemy. Wow. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage burst. So, of course, I'm running my, let's go to my talents, right? The Chem Launcher Fire Starter. Shoot it, bam, bam, bam. Self-explanatory. The burn damage is 582,661. No, that's just the damage. The burn damage is 271,057. Burn duration 10.8 seconds. PvP damage 582,660. Burn damage for PvP is 43,369. Got 6 ammo. The cooldown is 18.5 seconds. Cloud radius is 3.7 meters. Cloud duration 20.6 seconds. And then I have tier 5 because I have the golem chest, which I'm trying to get a golem chest with these attributes. Skill damage, skill haste, right? And of course it's going to roll armor on because it's a tank thing. And if I can get skill haste and skill damage, or status effect and skill damage, yeah, status effect, skill damage on a golem chest, I could roll the armor off for a skill tier, which would boost my damage even more. Let's see that. We'll go to this. Plus 5 ammo, radius, burn duration, and burn damage. So yes, that's what I've been grinding for as of now. That's what I've been in. And I've also been like trying to get either I can get like a wyvern piece, not a wyvern, yeah, wyvern chest with that, and then roll like a golem backpack or something, you know. You can mismatch gear pieces, whatever suits you best, right? And then what I am rolling with the chem launcher is just the assault turret, which I in PvP, wide open area, or I'll throw it on a car, shoot them at the chem launcher. If they go rogue on me, the turret just starts shooting at them. As soon as I shoot the fire starter on them, it ignites it, which I love doing that. I mean, I've even seen people use the hive, which the hive works too, or people just literally just switch to their gun and shoot, right? And I've heard of people using the striker drone. I've never tried it. You can try it out. Let me know in the comments below if it works. And guys, that is pretty much it. I mean, I can go over my stats a little bit. See this cooldown. I have 52% haste. Duration. I've went over all those in the skills. Yeah. So that's all I have for you today, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments below. I will get back to you. Let me know how your builds are going, what you would change, what your current builds, what you're farming for. Let me know, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for all the... I'm going to be bringing more build videos, more division content, tutorials and stuff. I got a few other videos in mind. And that's it. You guys have a good night. Appreciate you coming by.